What's good, Josh? Your boy Brian O'Keefe. Sorry about the glare. Do my usual running gun. I just wanted to talk about real quick about notifications. You out here, doing your thing, busting your grind, out here working around the clock, and in all in your hustle. You checking in. Just catching up, see what's going on at home and with the wife and all that. But it seems that when your wife is out, she doesn't like to check in. Or your girl, she doesn't like to check in. It seems to think that it's real slave mentality kind of stuff when it's just really just common courtesy. And I would say this very on. If that's an issue for her with just showing common courtesy, she ain't the one for you. She ain't the one for you. Or perhaps, because a lot of these women aren't ready. Because you got to understand, when y'all, she's on your team. She's on your team, you're a team, and you're moving, and there's a partnership. You can't be in business with a partner, and your partner's doing one thing, and you're doing something different. And the more people that are involved, a lot more can go wrong. But you enter into these partnerships with the level of understanding that has to be a high level of communication that has to be maintained. And in the business of relationship, even like in a personal relationship and in the business of marriage, communication is probably the number one thing. And if you're a person, like I said, this is the purple pill perspective. I am the inside man. If communicating is an issue early on, then don't even bother. Don't even bother. It's not even checking in, checking up. It's not even reporting. It's just a common courtesy. Hey, how's your day? I mean, if you don't want to talk to your other partner, if you don't want to talk to your partner, then they shouldn't even be together. You understand what I'm saying? It's just a level of respect. It shouldn't be where, your significant other and her friends discuss this thing that they're going to do. And Black Ram talks to death about girls' night out on a Friday night. What that mean, all kinds of fuckery. But nonetheless, it should be, if something comes up on the girl side of things, it should be where she goes, oh, let me check in with my husband, let him know, see what's going on, see if he has any plans or whatever. Not hours later, or you're hours into whatever y'all decided y'all were going to do, and then hit them back, I'm out with the girls. That's insane to me. That is insane. That is disrespectful. And that is just plain old bad communication. That is straight bad communication. This is where you become, your antennas start to go up. You start getting on your detective work. Or really at the end of the day, if you're on your alpha male shit, if you're on your red pill square, you just cut ties right there. That's it. Because your mind should always be in the space of, how can I get to the next level? What are the steps that I got to take to get to the next goal? You cannot occupy your space in your mind, your time, with silliness and nonsense. You understand what I'm saying? She should always be your helpmate. She should always be assisting you in these goals. Okay, everybody deserves time with their friends, family, and all of that stuff. But it's a level of communication of letting your partner know what's going on. And I'm telling you, very early on, and that's a level of disrespect. So early on, if you start experiencing these levels of disrespect, and I said this in earlier videos, it's time to go your other way. It's time to go the other way. It's time to cut that tie early. There's, as they say, plenty of fish out here. There are plenty of women out here ready to work with you. There are plenty of women out here who are looking for a guy like you. So there's no need to work to operate from a place of fear, or as they say, FOMO, fear of missing out, or that place of scarcity, as if this is a one in a million. It's not. It is not. And also, too, you can't miss what you never had. You understand what I'm saying? So if she's not showing the love, care, and concern and the willingness to be a helpmate, well, she should be a helpmate right off the bat, but willingness to assist you in your goals, then, and just along for the ride, or she's just there for the security you provide, whatever that security need is. If she's not there to help you to get to your next goal, because essentially you're a success, she's a success. But it cannot be. It absolutely cannot be where her friends decide whatever it is that they're going to do, and she reports back to you what they decided to do. That is bananas. That is bananas. And that's a huge red flag, and that is disrespect. And if you experience this early on, trust me, it gets worse. So if you don't nip it in the bud right now, very early, you either do that or cut it off. Because it doesn't make no sense to invest all that time and energy into something that is just gonna make your life harder and take up your time, space, and your money. I say call it quits. Cut it, leave it where you found it, and be out. You know? Like I said, no one should have to, everybody deserves their own personal time, and by all means. But your house and your home is always first, always priority. Always first, always priority. In no way, shape, or form should her and her girlfriends let you know what they're doing. You and your significant other decide what they're doing. You understand what I'm saying? It's bananas to me. It really is bananas to me, man. I've seen this a lot. I've seen this a lot, man. And the killer thing is, and I'm gonna leave it with this. The killer thing is that it's never, or ever, rarely spontaneous. It's ever rarely spontaneous. Just like they look at the weather and plan what they're gonna wear for the next day or when they wear for the next week. They are planning what it is they're going to do. You understand what I'm saying? So there's been more than enough opportune time to say, hey, this is what we're looking to do. You got anything going on? This is what I'm planning on doing, and this, that, and the third, and I'm looking to be home at such and such a time. This is what I'm going to be with, and looks where we're looking to be at, and I should be home by this such and such a time. I'll check in, whatever. But not 3 hours into the activity and then shoot a text. When you had all week, let's say it's a Friday, you had all week. You had the time from when you got out of work to the time you text. You had the time where you were probably talking at lunchtime about what it is you're going to do, to the time you got off, to the time you actually sent a message. Plenty of opportunity, not hours into the activity and be like, oh, by the way. So that way, whatever anger or confrontation that's going to happen in the house has not been diminished. You understand what I'm saying? It's bananas to me. It's bananas. You had, if not a week, you had a whole day, probably a whole 24 hours at the least. It's bananas to me, man. It's bananas. So like I said, gentlemen, if you're entertaining a young lady and you're thinking about taking it to the next step, any signs of disrespect, if you let it slide, it gets worse. It snowballs. But at the end of the day, if she cares and she's invested into you like that, there wouldn't be any signs of disrespect. Life is pretty simple. Relating with people are pretty simple if you want to be there. It only gets disrespectful when you try to pick and choose the situation, or you try to mold it. Either it is or it isn't. It's like they say, changing a hoe into a housewife. Either she's a housewife or she's not. There's no transitioning. There's no, we're going to make her into a wife. No. But the Bible said, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. She already was a wife beforehand. It's the mentality. It's the role it's the role of her life. She prepared for this. You don't ride the carousel and then decide, well, next month I want to be a wife. Well, you could be a wife, but then what kind of wife are you really trying to be? It's just bananas to me. So, gentlemen, like I said, disrespect early deserves a discharge. Dumper. Get the fuck up out of there. All right? It's your boy, Brian O'Keefe. Like, comment, subscribe. Please be proactive, productive, and most definitely stay positive, man. I'm going to see you on the next one. Peace.